What's up, Detroit Lions fans? It's episode 8 of Restore the Roar. It's me, your host, Daniel McClure. Follow me at DMule366 on Twitter. And my co-host, your boy, Mr. One Pride, Mike Evans. Follow him on Twitter at Mr. One Pride. What's up, Mike?
Oh, what's going on, man?
Not too much. It's been a little bit. Let's jump into this episode. Good content, a lot of information to go over. Don't forget, we're giving away that PS5 first 1,000 followers on Twitter or on our podcast. We're on Podbean right now. And follow us on Twitter at _ Restore the Roar. Man, I want to talk about real quick how the Vikings just lost. Frauds. We should have been there. Seattle lost, got their ass kicked. Man, what are your thoughts?
Hey, man, I'm happy that both teams got smacked, especially the Vikings because that's a division rivalry. So I was happy for the Giants. And Seattle, man, I loved every second of that. That's my new hatred towards them, man. I hate Seattle right now. So it is what it is. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, Vikings, man, they had the better record, whatever. Yeah. We should have won more games. I'm not going to sit there and complain about it, but they should not have been in there. They're just not a good football team. Kirk Cousins is average. Goff is a better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get to the Seattle game. We obviously heard all that officiating rumors, bad calls. We're used to it as Lions fans.
Yeah, man, it happens a lot, man, especially in the past. The game against Green Bay, the game against Dallas in the playoffs that really hurt us. So, I mean, that's nothing new to us, man. Go ahead and say we sorry like y'all always do and move on. But next season, totally different ball game.
Yeah, that playoff game against Dallas where they picked up the flag. Yep. To me, the one that stands out, I don't know if you remember this, but when Megatron caught that touchdown against Chicago, the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah.
And he hit the ground, turned over, is getting ready to stand up, put the ball on the ground. They called it incomplete pass. I'm like, man, this man had ass cheek leg on the ground.
Yep. They called it the Calvin play. That's why they switched it the next season.
Yeah, that one stands out to me, but obviously the Dallas one. Green Bay with Trey Flowers. I mean, there's no fouls there, but and then I mean, man, this man Quay Walker, right?
Yep, that's him.
He pushed an athletic trainer
and
got fined less than Jamal Williams for being too sexy.
Yeah, man. Hey, I guess you can't shake your hips, man. They don't want no guy shaking his hips on national television, man. He was trying to do the Shakira hip roll or something, man.
The thrust was too much.
Exactly. So the NFL said 18,000, man. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Walker got fined 13,000. Jamal got fined 18,000. Jamal didn't even get ejected. That's mind blowing. What?
The NFL need to come to a better agreement on that, man. They need to literally go down the list and come up with better amounts because that's just ridiculous, man.
Next year we're not going to be allowing the referees to hold us hostage, man. We're gonna start winning some games that we should have won.
Oh yeah,
like we should have won this year.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, though, Seattle got worked by the Niners, dude. I think we would have put up a way better fight.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. I mean, if you think about it, their defensive line is real, like the real deal. Our offensive line is the real deal. Their weakness is their corners, and our wide receivers are very nice. So, but their running game, man, would have gave us problems, especially how they run with Debo and then also McCaffrey in that backfield. So, but I think with the rookie quarterback Prudy, I feel like Aaron Glenn would have dialed up a nice little game plan for him. So, it would have been a good game. I don't know if we would have won, but it would have been much more competitive. I feel like Seattle got ramrodded, especially in that second half.
Yeah. Purdy's been nice, Mr. Relevant. Yeah. He's played well. Interesting to see what they do, how far they go. Their team is stacked, though.
It really is,
just
man.
Offensive line, defense, all that. They're stacked. I honestly, I said we were going to beat the Packers. You didn't believe it. A lot of people said we weren't.
Hey, don't be talking about that.
The reason I bring it up is I honestly think we could have beat the 49ers. I really.
You drinking that Kool-Aid, man. There you go.
Campbell's got them playing, man. They're playing at a high. They were playing at a high level at the end of the season.
I just believe Debo would have gave us fits. McCaffrey running that ball, and then Kittle. He's still at tight end, which is a stud. And right now our linebacker is not the best pass coverage. So it would have been some problems. If they would have slowed up our offense, it probably would have been kind of ugly.
I mean, the fan in me saying we would have won.
The
realistic, bird's eye view, we probably would. I think we would have made it close down
Oh
to the
yeah,
last drive.
yeah. And
And
that's why I said I believe we would have played better than Seattle for sure.
yeah, yeah, definitely, man. And then I mean, we talked about this the other day. We shouldn't have put ourselves in that position for the officiating for that Seattle Rams game to play impact. Right? Should have beat the Vikings the first time around.
Yep.
And we were injured. We had a lot of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even saying we should have beat the Bills because the Bills are a good team, but
Yeah.
we played very competitive. Should have beat the Niners, but again, or excuse me, the Seahawks, but again, we were injured, man. We had a lot of injuries in the beginning of the year. People forget that.
Yeah, we was hurt, man, big time. It was a lot of players, and we were still in those games because
Yeah.
the Bills we lost by 3 points, Seattle we lost by 3 points, and the Vikings, we lost by 4. So
Yeah.
man, we was in so many games, but next season, if all our players are healthy to start the season, oh man, it's gonna be a totally different season.
Well, we're gonna have more depth too with Holmes
definitely.
drafting. Man, I have so much faith in Holmes.
Yeah.
And Campbell. Like if those two stay together, I really don't care about what else happens.
Yeah, man. This is the best GM and coach we done had probably since our era. Being fans, it's good to be a Lions fan right now with these two leading the charge. Yeah.
And that goes into the rumors that we heard today that Johnson, you brought it to my attention.
Yeah.
He's a lead candidate for the Panthers job. Now I heard Sean Payton maybe, but Payton ain't going to the Panthers. He's going to choose where he wants to go.
Yep.
Is Johnson going to the Panthers?
Man, it's a good possibility from the rumors I've seen. It sucks because I want him for at least 2 more seasons because I want us to build. But I mean, if he does go, hey, best of luck to him, except for when we play him. But I mean, we still have Deuce Staley. Let Deuce call the offense. Like Campbell, you get back running that offense. It's something. I just want somebody that know how to take control of that offense and trust golf. So that's what we need, man. So if he take it, hey, by all means, wish him the best of luck. Like I said, until we play him next season again. So it is.
Here's why I'm not worried about if Ben Johnson leaves. Obviously, I want to keep him. I want him to stay. But you know what? If he gets a head coaching job, best of luck to him. I hope he succeeds.
Yeah, you got to get your money.
Yeah, but we are building a culture, a foundation, and that comes from Holmes and Campbell, that we're going to be able to fill that void regardless. No, will he be as good as Ben Johnson? No, maybe not, right? But I'm not worried about who replaces him. We'll find the right person.
Yep, and whoever replaces him, like I say, they have to believe in golf.
Yeah,
that's it because he's here to stay. So that's just what it is.
And Campbell's going to pick the right person. He's going to pick the right person. But all right. So now talk about our season awards for our team. We're not in the playoffs right now, so I want to start it off with the MVP. Now he's not a player. But I gotta give the MVP to Campbell. That man, the turnaround, impressive.
Nice. I can see that, man. What he did, like you said, the turnaround, how he started the season to how he finished the season. But me, I'm gonna go with Brad Holmes. Ooh. Because he the one that drafted these players. He the one that put these players in the right. He believed in them. So
I like it.
He got Kirby 3rd round. Look what he did. Just the players he drafted, man.
You got Amon Ra in the 4th
round.
Ali McNeil in the 3rd round. Hutch, obviously the 1st.
Round.
Rodriguez in the 6th.
Come on now, talk to me.
Houston in the 6th. I mean, jeez, I love it. No, I'm with you. But with Campbell, I want to clear this up real quick because I'm seeing this all over social media. Why is Caldwell a must fire and Campbell's a must stay best coach because of the records? Look, Caldwell, I loved him. I did think we should move on because we were just kind of stagnant with him. We weren't going up. And we turned the season around with Campbell. Now, if Campbell goes 9-8 next year, we're not going to be praising him like we are this year because Caldwell did 9-7, 9-7, right? If he goes 9-8 next year, we're going to have some questions about that. But I honestly don't see that happening.
Yeah.
And so I just want to simmer that down, man. I hate that news going out there like, oh, this and that. Caldwell was a great coach. He hasn't coached, I don't think, since he left the Lions.
Yeah.
He might find somewhere else. He's that more like mellow coach. Campbell, man, he's got these playing.
Yeah, and Cameron's way more fiery,
Mm-hmm.
And both of them are player coaches, but it's just a little difference, And also,
Yeah.
um, people have to remember it was Quinn as our GM
Mm.
during that era, and he really didn't have the trust in Caldwell.
Oh,
Caldwell was decent, but Caldwell couldn't get us over that hump
exactly.
that I believe that Campbell will get us over,
Mm-hmm.
and we have Holmes that truly believe in Dan Campbell. So, it's a little different team, at the same
Oh
time.
yeah.
Sheila is putting everything behind both of these guys, and that's the real thing right now, So no, we
Mm-hmm.
just need to put that to bed, man. These guys, it was two different line teams, two different ownerships.
Yeah.
So yeah, move on from that, man.
Yeah, and move on. Everybody likes that. Oh, what's trending? But no,
Yeah.
don't compare the two. Campbell, let's be excited for next year.
Mhm.
Who's your rookie of the year? It better be my guy.
Oh man, it's Hutchinson, man.
Yeah.
I was on Sauce the whole season because that's a bad man. That's a bad man. He shut down the whole side of the field, but he played on a much better Jets defense team. Hutchinson, if you look at the numbers, man, 52 total tackles, 34 solo tackles, 9.5 sacks, 3 interceptions. He have more interceptions than Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Sauce only have 2 interceptions, but he
Two.
does have 20 pass deflections. And
Yeah, that's impressive.
75, yeah, that's very impressive. And 75 total tackles, but 51 solo.
Yeah.
So, I believe they might give it to Sauce, but at the same time, when you look at what Hutchinson did his rookie season, man, on a terrible defense to start the season,
Mm-hmm.
that's just, man, that's amazing, So you can't take nothing away from him. He's a beast, man. He should be rookie of the year, hands down.
Yeah. Now, I mean, when we're going to our awards, it's for our team only, right? We're not
Yeah,
talking about the whole NFL, but I want to sit on the
yeah,
actual NFL Rookie of the Year
yeah.
because this is my last argument. I'm sure everybody's getting sick and tired of hearing me talk about Hutchinson. But the fact that the Jets have a much better all-around defense
Mhm.
than the Lions, right? We're one of the worst defenses in the league.
Yep.
And Hutchinson had a better season statistically than Aaron Donald,
Yep.
Joey Bosa,
Yep.
Nick Bosa as a rookie on a bad defense.
Yep.
Man, that's enough. Now we know that Sauce is going to get it. I think he's a top cornerback. And I'm not going to take anything away from him. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
In
He's
my
definitely good.
Hutch has the numbers to back it up that he should be
Thank you.
defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah,
All right.
and like I keep saying, Sauce is in that New York media.
Yeah, big media, big market.
Yeah.
But my offensive player of the year is going to go to Golf. Right.
Oh, yeah,
that man he had a better passer numbers than Josh Allen. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was 4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 picks, 65% completion, 99 quarterback rating. And Josh Allen, 4,200 yards passing, 35 touchdowns. He had more touchdowns, but he also had double the picks, less completion percentage, 63 by 2%, and then also worse passer rating by about 3%. He was 96. Now, let's be realistic.
Yep.
Josh Allen ran the ball. He had more running touchdowns, more rushing yards. He's a more dynamic quarterback. I'm not comparing the two.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Goff had a better passing numbers than Allen is impressive, man.
It is, man. Like I said, I totally agree with you, man. What Goff did this season, I wasn't expecting this coming to this season. I wasn't high on that dude at all. I thought he was terrible. Well, not terrible. I just thought he was below average. But he made me a believer, man. Top 10 in every category. Over 4,000 passing yards, like you say, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's some nice stats right there.
Mm-hmm. That's a 4-to-1 ratio.
Thank you,
dude. 4-to-1. Stafford at best, and we love Stafford.
Yeah,
Stafford at best was like 2-to-1, 3-to-1. I mean, he had that one year where he had I can't remember how many touchdowns, but he had like 50 or 40 something and 11 picks.
Yeah, because he broke Drew Brees' record that year.
Yeah, that was 2011, I think. His third year in the league, but
because he had over 5,000 passing yards that year too.
That's right. Yeah, 5,000 passing. Yeah, it wasn't 50 touchdowns. He's in the 40s, but he still only had 11 picks. It was close to a 4-to-1, but other than that, he was more like 2-to-1. maybe 3-1 at best for most of his years. And I do think a lot of this success for golf, though, does go with the scheme and the play calling.
Yeah.
But still, that's what you want a quarterback to do. Run the scheme.
Thank you. That's it, man.
All right. Well, Hutch, I have him as the rookie of the year, hands down, and also the best D-line. I do want to throw out my boy Ali McNeil as the runner-up of the defensive line. Now, his stats are not there. He has 41 tackles, 1 sack, 6 tackles for loss. So his stats aren't really there, but that man plugged up the line.
Yeah.
He was a crucial part, man. Who do you got for runner-up?
Now, for runner-up, man, I was thinking about James Houston, just the numbers alone. Yeah. But the amount of games wasn't there for me. I was thinking Isaiah Buzz.
Oh, Bugs.
Yeah, man. 47 total tackles, 21 solo tackles, 1 sack. But when you look at the havoc he was causing when he was in them games, man, that boy's a beast, man, especially moving forward. So we need to resign it, man.
Threw a curveball my way.
Yeah, man, that's what I do.
I told you I like Bugs. I said we need to sign him. Bugs was that guy. He was definitely wreaking havoc down there.
He was, man.
I like that. Houston, I mean, honestly, if you look at numbers, if Houston would have played all 17, who would have known? But he balled out. Houston's my rookie runner-up, rookie of the year runner-up because, man, that man balled out. He speaking of Houston, he had better in half the games. He had better stats than the number 1 overall pick, Travon Walker.
He sure did.
7 games, this man had 8 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, 11 QB hits. Walker, the number 1 overall pick on a playoff team.
Yep.
He had in 15 games, he had 3.5 sacks, 5 tackles for a loss, 1 forced fumble, and 10 quarterback hits. Almost beat him. It beat him in every category.
Man, that show you, man. Holmes is out here, man. Scout.
Holmes knows how to draft, man.
Yeah,
and Campbell and the coaching staff knows how to put players in to succeed.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Now let's talk about my boy Kirby. Man, that's been my guy since day one.
Yes.
Best defensive back, hands down. I don't see how you could argue it on the Lions.
Oh yeah, man, not at all. That dude, man, his field range is incredible, man. Like what he was doing against Aaron Rodgers, he was baiting Aaron Rodgers so much, man. And then people forget he should really have 5 interceptions, all 5 against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, he finished the season with 4 interceptions, 8 pass deflections, and 55 tackles. Like, man, and Hamilton was terrible.
he was better than Hamilton.
Yeah, he was much better than Hamilton. And Hamilton was the 14th pick overall in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, so 17 games for Kirby, 55 tackles, 8 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles.
Yep.
Right. And then Hamilton, 16 games, 46 tackles, 5 pass breakups, no picks, 1 forced fumble.
And so many Lions fans wanted us to draft Hamilton, and I was like, no.
Oh, I know. Yeah. No way. At number 2.
Thank you. They was big tripping.
Crazy.
They were tripping.
Crazy. Yep. Well, my comeback player of the year has got to be Anzalone, man. This guy, dude, this is his best year professional. He had 125 tackles. Man, 125 tackles. 1.5 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. Good stats, man.
Good. And even against the Packers, he was playing like his head was on fire. Man, I think 8 or 9 tackles, and he was everywhere.
Passionate.
Passion. I don't think he's just terrible in pass coverage, but other than that, hey man, he be everywhere, stopping the run. I'll take
it. Well, we know he's a free agent coming up. We'll talk about that in another episode. Well, who do you got comeback player of the year? And it's tough to think about.
It's the same, man.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah,
now, I mean, we don't even have to talk about this. Obviously, the best running back's Jamal, 17 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, by far.
And then easily best receiver, St. Brown.
St. Brown. Yeah.
Now, he was rated the 2nd best PFF receiver in the league.
And that's huge.
That's huge. And in my opinion, he's the 2nd best slot receiver, hands down behind Cooper Kupp.
And that's another Holmes pick, bro.
Another 4th round.
4th round. Out of USC.
He tied Jefferson for the most receptions in the first 2 seasons, 196.
Yep.
He's the 5th best receiver against single man coverage in the league. Stud, man. Absolute stud.
Man. And like he reminded me of Golden Tate so much, man, when we had Golden. But he's like, So that dude's a beast, man. And one thing I love about he's not a flashy guy at all, man. He just go out there, do his job. Man, that dude get a twisted ankle, come right back out there, and still cash on you. So I'm like,
Yes,
that dude a beast, man, for real.
I'm with you, man. And I mean, best O line, we have some good O linemen, but Ragnall's got to be, he's got to be that guy for me. He played hurt. I think it was a broken toe that he had. He played through pretty much all season on the same foot that he had surgery on last year. So Ragnall's that guy. He's the center. He's the focal point, the leader, the anchor there on the offensive line. So he's my guy there.
And we got to give some respect to Taylor Decker, because me and you was giving that man. We was giving him hell for many seasons, but he really been stepping up, man. You know, at first we wasn't too fond of him. You know, I'm not gonna say we consider him a bust, but we just was like, you know, we felt like we can improve that position. But man, he really been stepping up, man.
No, he's a big leader for us. This year, he stepped up big time. I don't want to lose him after this year. His speech, I don't know if you saw his speech in the tunnel against the Packers, man. Go out there, it was impressive. Yeah. It was impressive, man. I know that for sure. Yep. All right, man. Well, great episode, Mike. Oh, yeah. I love it. Tune in next episode. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. We're on Podbean at Restore the Roar Podcast. We're on YouTube at Restore the Roar Podcast, and then Twitter at _ Restore the Roar. Next episode, we'll go into more depth of free agents in our cap space.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned. Yep. One pride, baby.